Hello again everybody, and welcome to another craft session with Danielle. And today I am going to be making this lovely mobile dream catcher, and you'll notice that I've put on the feathers that I've made in a previous video. I'll show you how it hangs up at the end, but for now let's get creating. So to make the top of the dream catcher itself, which is the circular bit, you're going to need some card, and as you can see here I've just got an old cereal box. You'll need a pencil, some wool and something to draw around. I use tape. The reason I use tape is because you can go around the inside. Oops, sorry, caught something on my tape there. You can go around the inside and the outside, which will give you a nice line. So if I take that off, you can see there are two circles, an inner circle and an outer circle, and I'm going to do two of these on my card. And go as close to the tape as you can, and then around the inside, and again go as close to the tape as you can. And it looks like I'm about to make minion glasses, but I'm not. We need to cut these two out. So the outside of the circle is really easy because all you're going to do is follow the line. The inside of the circle is a little bit harder. Now if you're really struggling, you can cut into your card and we'll sort that out later, or you can just give it a little pinch, cut that middle line, and then use that pinch to cut the inside of your circle. I like to cut lots and lots of lines through because I find that one line is never enough. And then I just go around the inside of the circle, cutting along that line. You can cut the card into it if you wish, and you could straighten that out once we glue the two pieces together, or you can cut into it like this and go around the inside of the circle, watching your fingers, or get somebody to help if you're not confident in that. So here we have our two circles, and now I'm just going to get some glue and I'm going to stick my circles together. Just chuck the glue there. Right. I like to put it on both circles, and I'm just going to stick that one to that one. Now before it dries, I'm going to get my wool, and I'm just going to put one end of my wool in between the two cardboard pieces and stick that down. And then all we're going to do is we're going to wind the wool around the circle. Now I'm left-handed, so I'm going this way, but if you're right-handed you might want to go that way around the circle. It doesn't matter, just as long as you wrap wool around your card. I'm going to do that off camera and come back in a bit. Okay, so I'm just coming to the end, still winding the wool around. Keep pushing it up so that you get rid of the gaps. Don't worry if you don't get rid of the gaps, but I just think it looks nicer if you can get rid of the gaps as you go. And then once you meet the other end, make sure to go around a few more times. Don't just think, oh yeah, that's good enough. You know, give it a couple more whirls around. And if you're happy, you can leave it there, or you can go around again. Depends on how you're feeling about your project. I'm just going to take it a couple more times around, and then I'm going to go into the actual weavy bit to make the dream catcher bit. So I'm going to go across, and I want it to be about halfway across, and then I'm going to bring it underneath and I'm going to take it a little bit to the side, maybe a little bit more, and then I'm going to turn it and come straight down towards myself. Now I don't want to pull it too tight because then I'll bend the circle, so I want to make sure that it's a little bit loose. And then I'm going to bring it underneath, and again I'm going to take it slightly to the side. That might be a bit too far over, try there. And again bring it straight down towards myself. And I'm going to do this as many times as I want to do it. And once you're happy with your spider web or whatever you wish to call it, you're then going to have to wrap it round. Now you can't wrap round this big lump because you'll notice that the gaps are very small. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut off a little length, and I'm going to thread that through the hole and wrap it round. And again, thread it through the hole and wrap it round. And I'm going to wrap that round as many times as I want. And I'm just going to leave a tail so that I know where my end is for the end of the wool. It's just there. I'm just going to leave that for a moment. And now I'm going to need the extra bits to hang things on. So these bits here and the bit just at the top here. So to do that, you want a long piece of wool. Take the end of the wool with your first finger and thumb, and then put the other end of the wool at your nose. Now you can't see my nose, but I'm touching my nose and it finishes there. And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to get my scissors and I'm going to cut off just there. And then instead of measuring it to my nose again, I'm just going to measure the pieces together. And again, once I find the two ends together, just going to chop that off. And then I just do that one more time. And just chop that off there. Rid of that. And now we've got 3 pieces of wool. So what we're going to do with these 3 pieces of wool, I'll just take one for now, put the other 2 to the side. And what you need to do is you need to get the 2 ends together and find the middle. You're going to put your middle around where you catch the end of the wool. So once you've put that through the middle, you can see the end of the wool. You're going to catch that in a knot. So I'm going to thread this around a couple of times just to make it a bit more secure. I'm going to take that one around, and then I'm going to take this one up and around through the centre of the circle, and then I'm going to take the 2 ends and I'm going to make a knot. And then I'm going to take the 2 ends again and make a second knot on top of that. Now this bit does look a little bit scruffy, so we just chop that off, just this bit, like that, and get rid of that. And then you've got 2 ends that will attach to your feather, and I do this twice more. Once you've done it twice more, this is what it should look like, so that you've got 3. And then you want to attach your feathers, or you could attach whatever you want. So if you have been watching the feathers, we get a hole punch. Now check where your hole punch is, so you can see the silver there, that's where my hole punch is. And I make sure that my feather has enough paper underneath there, give it a little punch. And you'll see that it's got a hole in my feather now. There's a hole in my feather. Better than the bucket. and you thread it through and you tie your feather on. And I'm just tying on the last feather. Da, 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 da. Now these little bits I'll snip off in a moment, but they're going to be at the bottom. So to do the top, you take the ones without the feathers, because there should be 3. There they are. And you bring them above, and then you're going to have to work out how to make them the same size so that they're all the same. And again, put a little knot in the top once you're happy that you have them all together. So that one's a bit shorter than the others. Once you're happy with that, make sure you make a knot at the top, and that is the basic outline of your Dreamcatcher mobile. And then you can stick other things on it. You can make a loop at the top. I move that one out of the way. A loop at the top so that you can hang it up. You can decorate it with a few other items, and then we can go and hang it up. And there you go, hanging up, looking lovely. Decorate them however you want. Put them near your bedroom window, let the wind turn them and blow them around. How lovely is that? I hope you enjoyed this craft, and I hope you get to make some. Thanks very much, guys. Bye.